Claire said to me,
Oh my God.
Daddy, do I have to, when we go there, do I have to fight? And I said, no. The little kids, they do games and they learn things, and it's more like gymnastics. You don't have to compete, you don't have to fight. And she said, but I want to fight.
It's not like aliens came down and have made some shift in the brains of our children. The experience of childhood is different. The culture has shifted, and we need to shift our parenting and our teaching to address the new kind of children that we've got.
I was really worried that I was going to have hell to pay when she got to be a teenager if I didn't get a grip on the situation. You know?
He would, like during nap time, get up, kick other kids in the head.
Other parents hearing from their kids that Noah had done something to them. We would all have to go in and, we'd have to sit there and talk to her about Noah's behaviors.
We think that we train children, but today children train us.
You're talking to her and everything bounces off. It's like Teflon, and she's not really connecting with human beings. She's, in her own little I want whatever I want world.
He'd lay down, say he had to go to the bathroom, take off all his clothes and come running out of the bathroom and wake everybody up.
It was taxing, for a while there. It was like we had no time for ourselves.
I saw him walk by a little girl taking a nap one time and just step on her hand just for fun.
I said, what do you want to be, Claire? And she said, I want to be the boss.
Children don't change their behaviors based on information you give them about you approving or disapproving of their behavior. They change their behavior because it stops working for them. And for that, you need a consequence.
He didn't know it hit him. First week or two, it just totally, because it wasn't like anything that anyone had ever done with him before.
And it didn't take her long to realize that she was in control of the beginning of the timeout.
That's what's so great about the book, is that it really showed us how to not have to be a drill sergeant.
By too much guidance, with too much information, being told too many things that they can figure out themselves or they already know, we're robbing from them that victory that happens only when you figure it out yourself. Only when you realize what you want and you make a choice and you learn from your mistakes if necessary and you move forward. And the atmosphere is very different in those two places. One is filled with expectation and hope. The other one is filled with anxiety. And while it's protective, it doesn't communicate hope and faith in the child's ability. And so there's no space for them to fill it.
If they read chapter 1, they'll know if it applies to their kid, if they have a lion or not.
What Raising Lions is about is acting as someone who's a coach with him and helping him figure out how to control his own emotions rather than me being the force that's going to slam him down and stop him from doing those things.
I like simple, and it's easy for me to put into use, and it works, and it worked right away, which was amazing to me.
50 years ago, parenting was negating the child, taking away the child's sense of agency. Okay. Today, children are given lots of power, but parents are negated, and that creates anxiety in the child. Okay. So what do we do? So what I'm teaching parents is that you need to set the firm boundary, but take away the moralizing, the anger, the judgment, and actually replace it with a recognition of their autonomy while you set the boundary. And in this way, that hand that comes forward and says, I'm here, I have power, is met with, yes, you have power, but I'm also here, and I also have power.
We went from not being able to ever take a nap to being able to take naps, to being able to participate in classroom activities that he couldn't do before.
He's like the compassionate kid at school now. I mean, like seriously.
Claire has been much calmer. We're getting better reports from her teachers.
He wasn't pulling his clothes off and running out into the nap area anymore.
I feel like a lot of relaxation between us now, and I'm closer to her.
All of a sudden, the reports were coming back that he was doing so well and, getting along with all of his friends and, having a really good time.
Using the Raising Lions method, really changed my whole relationship with my child.